Okay, then let's continue. So I promised that I will talk about Google's solution that is alternative to third-party cookies. But before I do it, I want to introduce the concept that Flock and other mechanisms by competitors of Google introduced is based on. So basically the concept of cohorts is that we collect the data on the device about our behavior. So what websites they visit, what kind of content they consume on the device, basically the browsing behavior. And based on that, there is some model computation done, and we are assigning the cohorts. So this could be done in a relatively privacy-friendly way, because this data is not sent to the third party about every visit to our website, but it's done on the device or in the browser itself. And that means that our privacy, you can think of this, our privacy is a bit more secure with that, because we are not sharing the every URL that we visit with third party, but we only share the cohorts. So the result of this computation that is done by the device. And I will show you in a moment how that looks. The mechanism that Google introduced is called federated learning of cohorts, in short Flock, and it's based on the cohorts. Basically, Google plans to replace third-party cookies with Flock this year, but they received a lot of pushback, including some of the sites like Amazon banning the use of this mechanism when they were doing beta tests. And Google said, okay, we are stepping back. We have to rethink it. We'll delay this decision to remove third-party cookies by 2 years. So how does Flock works? Basically, Google creates this model that is part of our browser, and basically calculating this cohort. So for example, I'm interested in traveling, or I'm interested in buying a car, or I'm interested in fashion sites. And these are the example of cohorts. Because I visited so many sites related to fashion, I get the cohort fashion. And based on that, the advertising platforms can read the cohorts from our device. They cannot read what websites we visited, but they can read the cohort. And based on that, they can do better targeting and display us the relevant ads. And this diagram shows it a bit more detailed, like how it works in practice. And there is a source to the article which actually explains that. But I think that more important thing is like, what did this people that pushed back saw as a threat or as an issue with Flock, and why there was so much pushback to that? Because on high level, it looks okay. My data about my browsing is not shared with third parties. I may want to have some more personalized experience on the website, so why not? So the issues were that actually the ad tech companies and some of the privacy advocates figured out that these cohorts can be used for fingerprinting, which improves accuracy, which actually makes our privacy less protected than more protected. And there is no control over which websites have access to these cohorts by the user. So actually, they wanted to create a privacy-friendly mechanism, but it turned out in reverse. And there were some issues that weren't addressed by this mechanism as well. So for example, it couldn't be used for retargeting, because these are cohorts. So I couldn't retarget users for the products that they left in the cart, or for bringing back them to my websites after they visited. So that didn't work, and that's a primary use case for many people. And it was also very hard for attribution. And by attribution, I mean how the ads that were displayed to the user affected his actual journey. And if they, for example, maybe they saw the ad, but they didn't click it, but they came back through our channel. And that was actually also not possible using Flock, which was possible, of course, using with third-party cookies. And the last thing is that it was only available on Chrome. So still, this is a large chunk of the market, nearly 60, 70, sometimes 80% in some markets, but it does not address the whole issue, and other browser vendors weren't planning on introducing this mechanism. This is not going to, there is still some work being done on Flock on the next release of that, and we'll see what it comes. But for now, we know that it's not going to be adopted by the industry, and we have to keep that